Hey guys! Amy Lee Strickland here, taking a break from the NaNoWriMo to give you a review of J.L. Bryant's Fairy Metal Thunder. I'm on 15,760 words, which is 2,424 words ahead of goal for today, and I've got a little bit of time tonight, so I'm ready to get this review out to you. I read Fairy Metal Thunder on my Kindle, because I finished today. It's taken me a couple weeks to get this book read, despite the fact that it's hella good, because I have grad school and writing and running all of the online stuff for Matter Deep Publishing and the real job that pays the bills and the roller derby and the husband. And I can't just ignore him, apparently. Now, this book, Fairy Metal Thunder, is about this kid, Jason Becker, who accidentally takes a portal into the fairy world and finds these magical instruments. These magical instruments make his band intoxicating to humans, but there's quite a few side effects, including a band of fairies that's looking for their instruments back. The first thing I have to say about this book is it is funny. Now, that's not to say that it's 100% funny and there's no serious moments, because there's some really touching, real moments that make you remember what it's like to be a teenager. There's probably some things in here that I wasn't supposed to find funny, but I found them funny because I'm not a teenager anymore, and so I can laugh at myself in retrospect. They think the world's gonna end because they can't go to a concert. But there's also some really funny running gags, like the fact that he works at Buddy McSlawburgers and nobody ever wants the slaw on their burger. And the intellectual side of the goblin was hilarious. I want to start a hipster goblin meme just because of this book. And the only negative thing I really have to say about this book is that though some of the humor carries through, some of the other events could have been foreshadowed a little bit better. Little things, like the fact that Jason's guitar case happens to get stuck at a crucial moment towards the end of the book, and I would have liked to see a little more peppering of those kinds of frustrating moments fighting with the guitar case to foreshadow that this was going to happen. But really, that's nitpicky. I just felt like I had to find something bad to say, because I want you guys to understand that when I say that this book is great, I really mean it. I think one of the things that I enjoyed most about this book was that the parents were real people. Despite the fact that J.L. Bryant has to go along with the young adult literature standby of getting rid of the parents so that the kid can solve the problems on his own, they are really like real parents. They have personalities, and his dad even points out to him in one of my favorite moments in the book that he doesn't punish him just for his own enjoyment. He doesn't enjoy punishing his son. And I think having that little speech from the father really makes these characters relatable to the adults reading this book. Maybe it'll give a hint to the grumpy teenagers reading it too, who think that their parents are just out to make their lives miserable. That's not their job. They really actually love you. I have to say, Brian did a really good job of making me root for the fairies and root for Jason at the same time. I really felt bad for the kid. He was kind of an awkward teenager who just liked this girl, and he just wanted to be a rock star. And everybody could relate to that, because everybody was awkward and had big dreams when they were kids. Heck, I still have big dreams, and I'm still kind of awkward. But the fairies, when we saw that their lives were being made miserable by Jason's theft of these awesome instruments, really made you feel bad for them and kind of root for them to catch up with him and take them away. Now, this could have been a one-shot, but I think there's a great opportunity here for the rest of the series. You see, Fairy World is ruled by an oppressive Queen Mab, who dabbles in dark magic and kind of just oppresses all of the other races of goblins and elves and fauns and all of the mythological creatures and mystical creatures that we could think of that we might put in the land of fairy. The fact that it's called fairy when it used to be called the Elfland is a really interesting idea, and the fact that fairies aren't super sweet and nice really shows that Brian did a little bit of background research on the legends and myths of fairies. They're kind of mischievous, they're kind of vengeful, they're kind of awesome. If this was wrapped up, everything neat and tidy, then everybody would have gone back to square one where they had been, and there wouldn't have been growth. I'm really, really eager to read the next book in this series, because I want to see how Jason evolves as a musician despite the fact that these instruments are doing all the work for him, and what's going to happen to the fairies when the great Queen Mab decides that she's done waiting for them to go get their instruments back. Because I think we have a great opportunity now for Jason to grow as a person, for his bandmates to grow as musicians, and for the land of fairy to have a revolution! Go away, I'm blogging. So I have to say, 5 stars, totally worth 99 cents. Go pick it up. Fairy Metal Thunder by J.L. Bryant. Get it on the Amazon Kindle.